Hi everyone, it's your girl Whitney Luna, and the topic of today is sacred. One of the most sacred things you can do in this life is to bring another life into this world. It is very sacred, it is a very spiritual, no matter what religion, what belief system you have. It is a very sacred thing. I first and foremost want to point out that I am not talking about the recent law that passed. I'm not talking about abortion. That's a completely different subject. I'm not talking about that. What I am talking about are people that bring life into this world and feel they have no responsibility for it. I've noticed certain similarities with people with that mentality and who have committed things like that. Similar to the sexually transmitted demons video where I said, people with a certain way of living, it does come with repercussions later on down the line. Same thing with making kids and just kind of running off and not taking care of them. And I'm not speaking out of spite. This has not happened to me. I'm not speaking out of anger. This is something that I've noticed with people who have done this. And whether they have one child that they've made and they just completely, ran off and ignored them, or they have 20. I noticed that they never really ascend in this life. They oftentimes are, it's almost like they're on a hamster wheel. As they age, they get more and more miserable. I notice usually by middle age, they have a lot of vices. Either they're not in a relationship and they're miserable, or they're in a relationship and they're miserable, and they might be smoking a lot, drinking a lot, whatever. They're just miserable. And this is something where I do believe karma does come into play. Like I said, bringing children into this world is one of the most sacred and spiritual things. I'm not talking about people who, have a child and they feel like they're unfit and they give a child up for adoption. That is completely different. I'm talking about people who make children and just completely disregard it, run off and say, you know what, that's not my problem. I didn't ask for this child. That will come with a repercussion, a lifelong repercussion. This is, like I said, this is one of the things that I've noticed on my spiritual journey, because as you become more spiritual, as you become more in tune with source, with whatever you want to call it, you start to notice things, that certain things do come with a cost in this life. Every action causes a reaction, right? So not necessarily karma, but every action does come with a reaction. And you can't think that you can commit something so sacred and so spiritual and think that there's no repercussions. So I'm just going to make this video out there because something told me to make this video. Hopefully someone out there hears it that needs to hear it, because, yeah, bringing life into this world is very sacred. It is a gift, and if you use it for your own selfish needs, don't think that nothing is going to happen to you. So that's it for this video. I love you guys so much. Take care.